Okay. Well, first of all, I think it's great that you're running for this position at such a young age. But with that said, why do you feel like you're ready to be a part of BAS, where you could have the stepping opportunity to get involved with clubs first?
I understand, but I think that the position that I have as internal BAS manager has given me the opportunity to network with other clubs, and I feel like I know that I'm only in my first year, but I'm really committed to this position, and I feel like that's something that I can bring. Well, there aren't any other candidates, but I feel that that's something that I can bring to the position that'll be really valuable. Every opportunity that's been given to me, I've taken it, and I've taken responsibility for all of my own learning, and that's something that I think is very valuable.
Next, we have John.
So something that we did different this year was we selected a lot of your chairs in your portfolio, or in the internal portfolio, before the week internal position was actually elected. So that in mind, if you come into this position, you already have some people that you'll be forced to work with. How do you exactly plan to gain their support, the trust, and this form a cohesive team to deliver a successful internal portfolio?
I'm familiar with many of the people I'm familiar with the Frost chair, and I'm also familiar with the, well, the BMP chair hasn't been selected yet, but the SLR chair has. I've gone to all of the executive meetings, and I've gone to a lot of the different portfolio meetings, and so this has helped me to get a better understanding of who the candidates are and why they've been chosen. I think I'll be able to get their respect just by my leadership style, because my leadership style is very much leading by example, and I think people can really will be able to respect me that way. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Could you please describe what an SVU business club is and what BAS is, and then there's a follow-up question to that, and the difference between the two and the similarities.
Okay. So SFU BAS, first of all, is a student society. So it's made up of 3,000 members, and it's not something that's membership based exactly, because everyone who is in business at SFU and takes business classes and has a major or a minor in business, they're all a part of BAS. And so I think it's really important for people to understand that, because a lot of people come to meetings and they say, oh, I'm not a part of BAS. Well, actually you are a part of BAS. Whereas clubs are more membership based. BAS is under the SFSS, and so they have rules that they have to follow under the FSSS. Also, BAS kind of encompasses all of the other clubs, so all of them kind of fall under BAS, and so it's our job to make sure that all of the clubs are supported and promoted through BAS.
And as a follow-up just question to that, how do you differentiate services versus events in the BAS portfolio, and how do you plan to balance those two?
To be honest, I feel like services and events they collide together, because Frosh is an event, but I think it is also, in a way, a service, because it's a way for first years to get to understand the workings of SFU business. So I don't think it's really necessary to differentiate the two.
Next, we have Itsu.
Can you come back here?
Yeah. Rock.
So one of the big things I think is about getting respect and having open communications. So as a first year, I'm assuming that you have not attended SLR in the past and don't have that much experience. We already have a chair in place with a wealth of experience. So how do you plan to help out in the process of planning events that you don't have much experience in from a non-frosty side or anything like that? And how do you plan on getting people's respect and adding value to the different things in your portfolio?
Like I said before, I feel that just leading by example and showing, one thing that I think differentiates me from some other people is my lack of ego. I'm willing to listen to other people's perspectives, and if someone is more knowledgeable than me, I'm willing to take their opinion and I'm willing to take their past knowledge. Like, it's not a big deal for me to say, okay, you know what you're talking about, I'm going to take your word for it. And I feel like people will really respect me for doing that. In the end, I want to do what's best for SFU business students and what's best for BAS. So if someone's more knowledgeable than me, then I'm more than willing to listen to their input and listen to what they have to say.
Okay, next we have this over there.
Alright, so it came back to me. So a big role of VP Internal Operations is, again, like you said, dealing with SFU business clubs like IBA, ASA, SMA. What direct contacts and relationships do you have with people inside those clubs? And what experiences do you have from the past that you can build on from those clubs? Like, have you ever been like to any of those events? Have you ever like joined any of those clubs at all, or like just expand on that?
Well, I have contacted a lot of the chairs or presidents of the current clubs, such as ASA. The problem with the internal BAS manager position right now is that the calendar isn't working, so I haven't been actively interacting with them. But one thing that I did want to focus on, if I'm elected, is to have inter-club mixers, because I feel like that will exchange ideas. And I'm definitely committed, and my time commitment is something that I can give, and I'm willing to go to all of the different club meetings. Maybe not me personally, but I was interested in hiring people who were going to attend club meetings regularly and then report back to the internal portfolio.
Can I add on to this question?
Sure.
Okay, so you said BAS is an organization over all the clubs. Do you know which clubs BAS is actually responsible for under Constitution?
YWIB? Scythe?
No.
No. Under Constitution?
Have you looked over the BAS Constitution?
Yes, I have looked over the BAS Constitution.
Don't be a dick, Charlie.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
But do you have
It's
your...
viable a question because you must know what's under the Constitution if you're a keener first year and you want to learn and you want to be in a position of BAS, right? A VP position is very important. If you don't even know your own Constitution very well, how do you go into a position?
Just think back and...
No, I've read over the Constitution. Honestly, I haven't studied and memorized the entire thing, I'll be honest.
I think what he's trying to ask you is, what are the business clubs?
That BAS is responsible for.
No, because I know all of the business clubs, but I'm not.
Disregarding the question.
Okay, just to clarify, I think what Charlie's asking is what are like the subcommittees in BAS that are that operate somewhat independently, that have their own name and advantage.
I'm not. Well, no, because I know what the different clubs are. That there's certain clubs that are underneath BAS, such as YWIB. I know.